Hi everyone, I hope everyone's really good today. It's beautiful outside, but just way too noisy with workmen and stuff. So I did want to record a video outside when I'm in here, but that's all good. So let's get to it. Full body, strength and sculpt, let's go. So I'm on my right knee. Remember, there's always the option of a bit of padding. In fact, I always love a bit of padding. So my right knee's on the mat and my left foot's out to the side. And then I'm going to put my right hand down below my right shoulder and the left arm's going to reach up for a lovely twist, opening here, inhale. And then exhale, reach underneath. You can take those hips back a little bit. See if you can just take those fingers a little bit further, exhaling all the air out your body. And then you'll come up with this left arm, reach up, inhale. And exhale, thread under. Let's go again, inhaling, reach up, and exhale, thread under. Feels so good. Let's do one more, reach up, inhale, and exhale. Keep twisting. Good, come back to center, hands to the hips. And then you're going to lean forward, take your hips over to the right to increase that stretch in the left inner thigh. And then you're going to come up and walk your hands over. Either have them on the mat, or if you can reach, you can take hold of that foot. In fact, I'm going to keep my hands on the mat. That feels a bit better for my body. Toes to the sky. And then you'll come back, plant that left foot back down. And then again, go, taking that bum back over to the right slightly to increase that inner thigh stretch. Come back up and then walk the hands round for a lovely hamstring stretch on this left side. Good, so just taking your time, nice little warm up here, working into the hips and the legs. Good, let's do one more, reaching over, take a nice inhale and sighing out. Good, walk those hands back. And then plant that foot. And give me a little reach over with this right arm. Good, keeping your hips nice and square, reaching over. And then coming back to center. And then just untucking your mat. And you'll just come into your first plank of the day, maybe, unless you've been super keen and done loads of stuff before. So you're in your plank, you're pushing into your hands equally. You've got your legs, what am I trying to say? Shoulders directly over the hands is what I'm trying to say. And keep tucking under in this pelvis. You want that tailbone shooting towards your heels, okay? And really push into the hands. Keep tucking under in that pelvis. Shall I stop speaking now? Dropping the knees and taking that bum back for a quick little mini child's pose. And then you're going to keep those forearms down. See how you go with this. And just reach that upper body through, trying to keep that head and chest nice and low. And then you'll come either here into your little cobra, or you'll come onto the tops of your feet, pull those shoulders back for your upward dog. And if you feel like this is hurting your lower back, really keep drawing in through those abdominals, protecting the lower back. So you've got this option here, where your hands are here. You could be here, pulling on the forearms, getting that shoulder stretch. You could lift the arms, or equally into your full upward dog. Let's do that a couple of times. So into your plank here, push back to down dog. Walk those feet nice and slowly to meet the hands. Good, hang out here for a breath. And then you're going to just take your arms up to the sky, inhaling. And then exhaling, dive forward, keeping those legs nice and straight if you can. If you've got tight hamstrings, have a little bend, that's fine. Stepping out with the left leg to plank, and now the right. So you're in your plank position, holding it for a couple of seconds here. And then you'll lower your knees. Take your bum back to meet your heels. Forearms come down, take your gaze forward, and you'll just come forward, trying to keep that upper body nice and low into whichever expression you want to do here. I'm going full up dog. Good. And then again, coming into your plank, tucking those toes. Back to your down dog. And walking your feet forward. So it's a kind of slightly different sun salutation we're doing here. Hanging over those legs. And then you'll reach up to the sky, inhaling. And exhale, dive forward again. Good, and then the right leg comes back this time. The left leg comes back, holding it in your plank. And then you'll drop the knees, take that bum back. Plant those forearms down, take your gaze forward, bring that upper body through to whichever, so you can be here in your cobra, pulling those shoulders back. You could extend your arms a little bit more, or you can lift into your upward dog. And then you're going to tuck the toes to plank, push back to down dog, walk the feet to meet the hands, hanging out here for a breath, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then we'll just go straight to the other side. So this time we're going to be on our left knee and the right legs are going to extend out. Really try and plant that whole right foot down. And then you will start with your left hand below the left shoulder, reaching up with this right arm, inhaling in this opening. And exhale all the air out your body as you twist through. And again, reach up, big inhale here. And exhale, threading it through. Go again, taking that arm up, reaching up, inhale. And exhale, threading it under. Good, last one, reach up, inhale. And exhale. Keep twisting, keep twisting. Can you twist any more? Good, coming back up, hands to the hips, and then you're going to take that bum back, that upper body forward. Shift the hips slightly more to the left, getting that stretch in the right inner thigh. And then you'll come up and walk your hands over to your right foot, toes to the sky. Getting a strong stretch in the back of that right leg. Good, walk those hands back to the hips, plant that right foot. And again, leaning over, getting that nice, juicy stretch. Come all the way to the top so you get that tuck in the hips. Right toes come to the sky, walk that upper body through. Feeling that lovely stretch in the back of the right leg. Walk the hands back, plant that right foot. And last time, hips come back. Good. Coming up. Walking the hands back to that right foot. Take a nice inhale here. And sighing out. Good. Hands come back, plant that right foot, and we'll just reach over with that left arm for a really nice, lovely stretch down the left side of the body. Good. And then coming back, so you're going to, let me just untuck my mat. The hands come this side, and we'll come to our sun salutations in this side. So we've done this before, so you're in your plank. You're going to drop your knees, take your bum back, and then take your gaze forward. Forearms come down, stay nice and low as you bring the upper body through to wherever. You can be here. Just keep thinking shoulders away from the ears, or you can lift into your up dog to protect your lower back. You scoop that tummy up, tuck the toes to your plank, and push back to down dog. And slowly, slowly walk your feet to meet your hands. How far can you get with those feet? Up to your little wrists. And then you're going to reach the arms to the sky, inhaling. And dive down on the exhale. Good. Hands come down, left leg comes back to plank. And now right leg, holding it in plank for a beat. And then drop the knees, bum comes back. Forearms come down, whoop, upper body comes through. Good. And then you'll tuck the toes to your plank, holding it, pushing back to down dog, slowly, slowly. I like this, just seeing how far I can walk my feet to meet my hands without kind of bending my legs. You have to really scoop that tummy in. Good, and then you're going to reach up with the arms Last time, diving forward. Hands come down, right leg comes back to plank. Now left, hold it here for a couple of breaths. Good, keep pushing into the hands, keep tucking that tailbone, that pelvis under, so you're drawing that tummy in and the tailbone is coming back down towards the heels, pushing equally into the hands, and then drop the knees, upper body comes back, bum comes back to heels, forearms come down, take your gaze through, see how low, challenging yourself to see how low you can stay as you slowly hover through, coming onto your up dog, or equally into your cobra. Can you lift those hands up? Can you pull that tummy away from the mat? And then you'll push back to down dog. Holding it here, take a nice big inhale. And exhale, sighing out. Good. This time, let's walk the hands to meet the feet for a change. And hold on to your elbows, shaking out your head. And just hanging out here, rocking left to right. Getting the weight of the upper body to pull you down, to stretch out those back of the legs. You want the weight mostly in the toes if you can. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, just sighing out. And remember, if you've got slightly tighter hamstrings, just have a nice bend in the knee. That's totally fine. And let's do a little twist while we're here. So the right leg stays straight, the left leg bends. The left hand comes down and the right arm reaches up to the sky for a lovely opening. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And switch, right leg bends, right hand comes down, left leg straight, reach up with this left hand, really strong stretch in the back of that left leg. Good, come back to center, arms and head, just heavy here, take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly roll up, restacking your spine, nice and slowly. Get to the top, roll those shoulders. Okay, so we're gonna, my shorts, I have to keep pulling them down. Okay, so you're gonna come to your warrior two position here. So we've got our left toes turned forwards and the right toes facing forwards, if that makes any sense. Okay, so left toes coming out here, right toes facing the front of the mat. And then I want you to bend into this right knee here. And I want you to, it's really easy to kind of have your bum hanging out behind you, but I want you to tuck it under so you're getting this really strong stretch in the hip creases here. And if you can sink a little bit more into this right leg. You might have to take it a little bit further forward. Keep pushing into the blade of that left foot. Extending the arms, watching the shoulders aren't up to the ears, so the shoulders are nice and low, nice and upright in this upper body, ribs over hips. Good. And then you're going to bring this right arm down, just snuggle it in the inside of this right knee, and you'll scoop this left arm up to the sky. Good. And then you can hold it here, trying not to sink all your weight into this right leg, seeing if you can come out and just challenge your core by almost making this right arm weightless. Good, you can stay here, option one. If you wanted more, exhale, draw that tummy in, lifting that right arm. Really strong core challenge here. Hovering here, and then coming up to stand. Keeping your legs where they are. You can do whatever you like with the hands, back on the hips maybe. And then you'll swivel this left leg forward to your high lunge, okay? So maybe just slightly change your stance a bit, and you can take your arms to the sky. So again, trying not to completely dump into this lower back here, trying to think about having your hips over your ribs, arms extended. Keep it trying to really straighten that left leg if you can. Holding it here. Good. And then we're going to come back to where we just were in your warrior two. So really working this right leg. Sweep this left arm back to where we were. Remember, trying to keep this right arm weightless. Good. And then exhale. Can you bring this right arm up? Holding it here. My right leg is seriously shaking. Coming up to stand. And again, high lunge. So swiveling onto this back left toe. Hanging out here. Extending out of this left leg. Good. Should we go one more time? Can we do this? Let's just go back to your warrior two. The right arm comes down, the left arm comes over. Either hold it here or can you extend that right arm? Good. Holding it here for a breath. Coming up to stand. Keep this right leg bent if you can. Oh my goodness. Into your high lunge. Holding it here for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Up to stand. Wowzers. Just a little shake of the hips here, maybe just a little bit left and right. They might feel a little bit like, ooh, after that. Good, okay, should we just go straight to the other side? So, left foot forward, right toes turned out, warrior two position. Sinking into this left leg, and again, getting those hips, tucking them under, feeling this strong stretch here. Keep pushing into the blade of that right foot, the arms extend, shoulders away from the ears. So just get comfy, if you can, here for a couple of breaths. And again, trying not to, I'm saying this because this is what I do, this kind of thing. You want to be hips, ribs over hips. Okay, so drawing everything in. And then this time the left arm comes down, trying to make it weightless. And then sweep that right arm to the sky, taking your gaze up. So this is great if you're here. Again, trying to come out of that waist, slightly challenging your side core. And if you want, exhaling, left arm to the sky. And then push up to stand. Swiveling. I'm going to keep my arms in the sky this time. I might have to bring my right foot forward a bit. Coming onto those back right toes. Bending that left leg as much as I can. Extending that right leg as much as I can. You can maybe take your gaze to the sky. Good, okay, so staying nice and bent and low in this left leg. The right leg just comes back to warrior two. Woo, the arms extend. And you're just gonna tilt over and the right arm's gonna come to the sky, taking your gaze there. Drawing in that tummy if you wanna bring that left arm up. Challenging yourself. Up to stand. Oh my goodness. How many did we do on the other side? We did one more, didn't we? So high lunge. Here. Good. Extending out that back right leg. Woo. Good. Last time. Warrior two. Shoulders away from the ears. Really challenging yourself. Bending into this left knee. Hovering over this left leg. Sweeping up with that right arm. And then exhale, drawing in through your tummy. Left arm comes up. Holding it here. Up to stand. Last time in your high lunge. Holding it here for 5, for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Wow, up to stand. Come and sit down for me, which I'm sure you'll be relieved about. Feet mat distance, and just windscreen wiper your knees each side. Just releasing those hips a little bit. Good, just a couple more. And that was quite full on, but it hasn't finished yet. Oh no. Okay, so we'll do a couple more here. One more each way. Lying down. Onto your back. Let's plant those feet. Let's do a few glute bridges. So I like to snuggle my shoulder blades under, palms to the sky. And you'll just start by lifting those hips on the exhale. So let's talk through this here while we're in this position. Knees, I want hips distance, so they're not coming out to the side. So you're working those inner thighs as well. And I don't want this kind of yogi thing. I want you to think about drawing those ribs down and lifting those hips up a little bit more, okay? Good, and then inhale, lower. So let's go again. Exhale, lift. You don't have to touch that bum down if you want that challenge. You can keep those hips hovering. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Get all the way to the end, that juicy squeeze at the top. You'll feel your inner thighs start to work as well. Exhaling, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhaling, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhaling, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Nice, guys. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last two. Last one. Hold it here for 5. A little bit higher for 4. Drop those ribs for 3. Lift those hips for 2. And 1. Coming back down. Give yourself a quick cuddle. Drawing the knees in. Shoulders away from the ears. Perhaps rocking left to right. Just massaging out that spine. Good. Okay, so let's continue. Legs in tabletop here. And I want you to think about drawing those ribs down. If you feel like your ribs are really flared, you could always get a little pillow here, and that might just help pull them down a little bit. Good. Okay, so you can start either little toe taps on the exhale here. I want you to think about exhaling as you extend that leg out, and no arching of the ribs, keeping that core connection, that lower back connection as you extend that leg out. Good. If you wanted to even more challenge here to progress, you can extend that leg all the way on the exhale, watching there's no shifting in the ribs or the pelvis, so everything else is staying nice and still. And that long exhale breath. Good. So you can keep going here if you want it even more to add on. Bring in some arms. So this is a bit of a coordination to see if you can get the opposite arm and leg extending at the same time. But remember, you don't want your ribs flaring. You don't want your lower back kind of arching. So keeping that connection with that exhale breath. Inhaling back. Inhaling back. Inhaling, let's go 6 more. Slow, controlled moves, 5 more. Good, last 4. Nice, 3 more. Almost there, last 2. Good, last 1. Nice, guys. Pull those knees in again, little cuddle. Let's keep a hold of that right knee to the right shoulder. The left leg extends along the ground, flexing that left foot. Inhale, draw that knee up to the shoulder even more. And on the exhale, take it across the body and take your gaze to the right for a lovely full body twist. I just had a little click in my spine. Trying to keep those shoulders planted on the mat if you can. Inhaling. And exhaling. And again, inhale. And exhale. Nice. Coming back to center, drawing both knees in again. This time keeping a hold of that left knee up to the left shoulder. The right leg extends. Inhale, draw it into the shoulder. And on the exhale, you'll take the knee across the body. The gaze goes to the left, trying to keep your shoulders on the mat. Inhaling and exhaling. And again, inhaling and exhaling. Nice. Come back to that glute bridge position. Knees hip distance. And let's go for it. Snuggling in those shoulders, palms to the sky. Exhale, lift. Watching those ribs aren't flaring up to the sky, keeping that tuck in the pelvis, challenging your inner thighs here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good, so you can carry on with this. And if you wanted to progress from here, can you extend that right leg to the sky and lift and lower with this right leg to the ceiling? If not, carry on with 2 legs like what we were doing before. Big exhale as you lift, trying to keep those hips nice and even. Taking that toe and pushing it into the ceiling. Good, we've got 5 more. And 4. Last 3. And 2, wow, this is a killer. Last one, hold it up. And then can you extend that right leg down and up and down. And remember, you can keep carrying on with the first one where you're just doing 2 legs. Good, 3. 2, can you lift those hips a little bit higher? Last 1. Wowzers, put that right foot down. Let's go straight to the other side. Remember, you can still continue with level 1 if you're like, what the hell is going on here? Good. So you're inhaling lower. Exhale, pushing that toe into the ceiling. Good. Slow exhales. And remember, you don't have to put your bum down as you lower. Let's go 5 more. And 4. Last 3. Oh my goodness. Last 2. This definitely burns. Last 1. Hold it up. Lift and lower, keeping those hips nice and high for 6. And 5. 4 more. Oh my goodness. 3. Good. Last 2. Woo. And 1. Drop those hips. Oh my goodness. Just have your feet hips mat distance and just knock those knees together. Extending those arms. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale, sighing out. Good. Let's just stretch out. So right foot on left knee, flexing the feet, drawing that knee in towards you, trying to get the shoulders away from the ears, the spine on the mat. And as you inhale, you'll pull that left knee in. And as you exhale, can that right knee move away from the body? Good, and again, inhaling. And exhale. Can you reach a little bit more, keeping the shoulders away from the ears? Good, and then switching sides. And I should have said before, but you can always keep that foot on the ground and just push that knee away, and that will give you enough of a stretch if you find it too much to lift that leg up. And you can hold on to the back of the hamstring, or I like to hold on to the shin for a little bit extra. And then inhaling. And exhale. And again, each time you're inhaling, you're drawing that right knee closer to the body. And as you're exhaling, the left knee is moving away. And again, last one, inhale. And exhale. Nice. And then come back, legs to tabletop, final little core series here. And just go back to where you were. So we either got the toe tapped down on the exhale, watching there's no flaring of the ribs. Or you can extend one leg at a time. Keeping that lower back connection. Good. Or you can add the arms if you can handle the coordination, which sometimes just blows my mind. Good. Slow, controlled moves, keeping that core, that deep core drawing in. So there's no movement in the upper body. Good. Let's go 8. Inhale back. 7. Good. Last 6. 5 more. And 4. Almost there, guys. 3. We've got 2. And last one. Wowzers. Draw those knees in. So either stay here or doing a little happy baby, which I love. So holding onto the outsides of your feet. You could hold your shins if that's easier for you. Shoulders away from the ears. Can you get that lower back on the mat? Can you get the upper body on the mat? Let that tummy just relax and be free. Taking some tension away from your core. And then breathe. Take that breath in through the nose, into the ribs, into the tummy, all the way to the pelvic floor, releasing the pelvic floor. This is a great position just to kind of lengthen, relax that pelvic floor, take some tension out of your core system. Just let that tummy be free and breathe. Take a couple more. You could keep drawing those knees in towards you on the exhale. You could, if you're feeling a bit extra, hold on to your toes and take your legs out to the side. Inhaling. Remember, just relax that tummy. You could even let go and let gravity just do its thing, which is really full on in the hips. Keeping the feet flexed, breathing. Good. Come back to your little happy baby if that's where you were. Rocking it out. One more breath. Good. And then can you rock and roll up your spine a couple of times, back up to seated. Almost there, guys. Finishing line in sight. Let's just finish here. Just sort my little shorts out. So hands below the shoulders, wrapping those triceps. So elbow pits facing forwards. Nice flat back. You're going to lower into your... So when I do this in class, sometimes I see a bit of this going on where people take their hips back as they lower. I want you to keep those thighs nice and vertical, and it's the upper body that's moving forward and the elbows snuggling in. So it might just be this, or it might be that you can go all the way down, whichever is perfectly fine. So a little, but I want you to really concentrate on nice flat back, bringing that upper body forward and those elbows snuggling in. Okay, so we're going to progress from here. So we're going to lower, and then we're going to take the leg out behind you. And again, lower, and then the opposite leg is going to extend. And when you extend those legs, I want you to draw that tummy in, those ribs in, so the ribs to meet the hips. So I don't want this with the lower back. I want you to pull out, so thinking of nice flat back the whole time. And then you'll keep going, so little press and extending the leg behind you. Keep drawing that tummy in, so inhale, lower, exhale. Inhaling, lower, exhale. So we can add on if you want, inhaling, extending the opposite arm and leg. Keep drawing those hip bones to meet the ribs. Inhaling, lower, exhale. So don't worry about height with the legs, more think length. So extending the arm and leg away from the body. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhaling, lower, exhaling. Good, how many more, how many more? Let's go 6 more. I'm sure you've got tired little arms. And 5. Really focus on that core connection as you extend those limbs away from the body. I think we've got 3 more. I'm kind of making it up, the numbers. Good, last 2. Last one, guys. Give me a puppy pose. Keep that bum to the sky. Walk those arms forward, stretching those shoulders, either the chin to the mat or the forehead. And then again, let it go with your tummy. So take that breath into the ribs, into the tummy, relaxing, releasing that pelvic floor. And sighing out. I'm going to come onto my chin here. And I'm also going to tent my fingers here. So I'm lifting my palms. I'm getting a little bit extra in my shoulders. Inhaling. Sighing out. Can that chest sink a little bit more? Last one, inhaling. And exhaling. Scooping back to all fours. Tucking those toes down, dog. Kind of ending up where we started, walking those hands to meet those feet. Remember, you can always bend your knees, arms and head heavy. Take a nice big inhale here at the bottom. And then exhale slowly, slowly. Restack your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Good, big inhale, reach up. Arms come back. I know you think you finished, but I'm going to do one more little challenge here. Okay, so the left leg is coming forward. And I want this right toes back, so we're in a high lunge, legs on 2 train tracks, so to speak. Good, and then I want you to, let's do little aeroplane arms, so fingers away from the body, opening out that chest, and I want you just to duck down and up. So I'm going to keep going like this, but I want to show you, so I'm leaning my upper body over, so I'm keeping a nice flat back as I lower, okay? I might just move my left foot forward because you want that knee kind of going over, that left knee going over that left foot. So not going forward of it is what I'm trying to say. Good. So really loading this front leg here. Keep pushing out of those arms, shoulders away from the ears. Good. Challenging your balance. Keeping that upper body just tilting forward. So load in the left leg here. Let's go 5 and 4. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Switching sides. Right foot forward, left foot back. Let's go. Arms away from the ears. Leaning that upper body over as you lower. Good. And again, watching that left knee, right knee is not coming too far forward. Good. Lowering and back. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go 5 more. And 4. We've got this. 3. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Almost there, guys. Very last move, I promise. Left foot comes back. Again, this time we're just going to hold it in a static lunge, and I want you just to, let's have arms out to the side now, and I want to see if you can just come forward onto these right toes, and can you lift that back leg, keeping that left leg bent, come back into your high lunge. So again, tilting forward onto the back toes, can you lift the right leg? If you're and then come back and up to your high lunge. So if you're struggling here, you can always just come forward onto the back toes, so you're still really loading that front leg, and then just push back. So you can do this, just tilting forward, which I promise you is really burning. Or if you want that extra into your little balance, tap that back toe and come up to stand. Coming forward, lifting that back leg, keeping that left leg bent, coming back up to stand. You can have your hands on your hips if your arms are starting to tire. Bending that leg, coming back. Good, I'm going to keep my arms out and coming forward little and trying to land nice and gently, seeing how long you can hold that right leg in the air for. Good, remember keeping that left leg bent at all times. Don't worry if you fall out, it's all good. Good, so a little lift of this right leg, keeping it lifted and then just dropping it back. Holy moly, last one. I don't know where this holy moly thing's come from. I feel like I can't swear, so I'm saying holy moly. Okay, that killed. So right leg, final time. So right leg comes forward. Nice high lunge here. And you're just going to tilt forward, and then you can either just do that. So coming forward, tilting forward, getting all the way, and then coming back. Or you can tilt forward, lift off that back leg, keep this right leg bent, not a massive bend, but kind of a nice soft knee, and then tilt back, and land upright. So coming forward, lifting that back leg, staying nice and soft in this right knee, and then how long can you hover before you touch back with that back toe? And again, it's a massive balance challenge, so maybe fixing your gaze on one spot. Good. And again, coming up to stand. So tilt forward, holding it here, lifting that back leg, keeping that right knee bent, holding it, keep that knee bent. How long before you touch back with that toe? So really challenge yourself to kind of, how long can you keep that left leg lifted before you stand back up? So bend, whoop, touching down. Good. 4 more. Lifting, keeping that right. It's really tempting to stand up here. I want you to keep a nice soft knee in this right leg the whole time. So we're just really loading it up. Good. Forward. I think we've got 3 more. Good, tilting forward. Last two, and if you're feeling it in your lower back, keep drawing in that tummy. Good, challenging yourself. How are your little legs? Good, last one. Coming forward, lifting that back leg. Up to stand, shaking out the hips. Let's do little hip circles one way for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then the other way for 5. And you're done, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed that little kind of yoga strength session, and I'll see you soon on the mat. Have a good day. Bye.